Are you aware that these 5 beliefs might be stopping you to create content that will make you well known in your industry? Content that will help you sell your course before you ask for money. In fact, overcoming these beliefs helped me grow my business in just a few weeks. Want to know what these beliefs are? Stay tuned. If you dream to help more people and have a multiple-figure online business in the next 2 to 3 years by creating and selling online courses, this podcast is for you. The 𝙙𝙤 Show is for and by the course creators in any niche to talk about their newbie struggles, desires, thoughts, journey, and aspirations. This podcast is all for you if you have an online course or just the idea and planning to sell or launch or market your online course. I'm 𝙙𝙤, your online course business coach and the 𝙙𝙤 Show podcast host. Thank you for signing in. Hello. Welcome again. This is episode 8 on the 𝙙𝙤 Show. I am so excited that you're here because this one is another special episode. I want you to know that we are so hardwired for these beliefs that we almost start accepting that we don't deserve success. We just start fearing it, even though the universal fact is anyone can achieve success in life. So I want to dive in and share what these beliefs are. And also number 3 is my favorite, so stay tuned, guys. Okay, so the number 1 is consistency is all you need. The second belief that keeps people away from achieving success and becoming well known in their industry is that they need to become a copywriter or hire a copywriter. And number 3 is that you need to learn how to sell before getting your messaging right. Number 4 is you've got to be a native speaker so you can write English, pretty well. Number 5, or the 5th one, is that you need to become a marketing expert so that you can really share the content that is marketable. Okay? Now, let's do some belief busting. Let's talk about all of these one by one and do some belief busting, or let's shift perspectives. Okay? Let's try to change the perception and whole psychology behind these beliefs. Okay? So the number 1 is that consistency is all you need. Now, my friend, the real issue isn't consistency. I feel that anybody can be consistent. If you have a busy schedule, even if you have like a busy schedule, or you have a family or you have kids, you can still, after some point, you can hire people. So consistency is not really, that big of an issue. What really is an issue is whether your content conveys your message or not. Consistency truly comes second. But is your content really delivering your message the way you want it or not? That's the real issue. Okay? Now, someone taught us that consistency is everything, and I'm not saying that it's all wrong, but what I'm trying to say is that as humans, our brain is subconsciously wired to believe in cause and effect theory. Now, the cause and effect theory means that when you put in certain efforts, you're going to get certain result. Okay, the cause and the effect, which in this case means that if you put in a lot of hard work and if you are consistent, you'll get the results, right? And so many people feel that, just by being consistent, just by posting every single day on Facebook, just by posting every single day on Instagram, going live, and, in so many different things, and just because you're consistent, you should get those results, right? The problem here is, even if you are, consistent, but your content isn't reaching the hearts of your audience, or isn't, inspiring people, then there's no point of creating that content, right? You're just wasting your energy and time. Because Albert Einstein once said that we cannot solve problems with the same level of thinking that created them. And so if we feel that, just by being consistent, every single problem would be solved and people are just going to pop in and, buy our course, or the clients would just, come and start working with us, that's just a myth. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, it's obviously possible, but then you need to first create that messaging, that content that kind of stands out. Or even if it doesn't stand out, it at least when people see your content, that they know who you are, how you can help them, right? So you need to be very clear on that. You need to create content that really inspires people to take action, that really conveys your message. I hope I'm making sense. And you really need to hone in on your messaging, so when people read or listen to you, that message hit them hard, and sometimes hit them so hard that they start taking stand for themselves and they start really working on their content and messaging so that they can actually help their audience. So many times we feel that, because we are, putting in all the efforts, we are posting every single day, we are trying to help people, but no one wants help. No one wants to take action. So we start putting it on people that they are not willing to take action. But have we flipped and actually seen, have we tried to see what we are doing? Are we doing the right thing? Are we doing enough? Because most of the times I feel that people, I'm sorry, I'm actually opening my bottles, it's kind of water break. So most of the times people are on autopilot, which means that they just see you on social media, they listen to you, they see that, yes, you are the person who can help them, but still they don't take action because they are always on this autopilot mode. Because most of the things that we do in a single day, I feel that, most of them are like our subconscious mind is guiding us. There is actually no involvement of our conscious mind. Especially if you're doing a job, especially if you have family, you are doing so many things subconsciously, and you're not taking conscious decisions, conscious actions. You're not consciously moving out of your current state of energy or state of mind, right? And so if you're not doing that, which means, okay, so this is what I was talking about, if your audience is behaving this way, which means that even if you're creating content and posting it every single day, your people are just on autopilot. They need some kind of a shock so that they can, really take action. And I'm not saying it's true for everyone, like you start, shocking your people. I'm not saying it that way, but I'm talking about most of the people that, not most, but especially those who are always on the autopilot mode. And so if you're creating content and you're trying to be consistent and still not getting results, I'm pretty sure that there's a loophole, there's some messaging issue, and all you're doing is running in circles. Okay, and I'll give my own example. I post in my Facebook group and I connect with my audience, but it's like I am crazy about posting something every single day. No, whenever I plan to post, or whenever I have a thought that I feel my audience would benefit reading it or listening to it, I go ahead and I go live and I post it, right? I stay consistent in that way. But it's not like I go crazy that, oh my God, what is it that what should I post today? No, that's crazy, and I'm not crazy. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. If you feel that you can go ahead and post every single day, go ahead. Because yes, people have ideas. There's so much we can offer. We can offer people help. We can share our content on every single day. So that's totally fine. Okay. So yeah, so consistency is, let's get back to the point, right? So consistency isn't the real issue. The real issue is whether your content conveys your message or not, whether you can really attract your audience or not, whether you can really inspire your audience to take actions or not. Okay, that's the real deal. Okay, guys? Now, the second one is that you need to become a copywriter or you need to hire a copywriter, right? Now, imagine you're a copywriter. Okay, now I try to imagine this, that let's say one day I sort of become a copywriter. I would, on that particular day, love to create a course on copywriting, right? Which means that I will have to either pivot from my current business theme, like right now I'm an online course business mentor plus coach, and I will have to move from that to, I'll have to do certain change in my messaging, right? That's one. Or second, I will just totally pivot my business to copywriting. That, yeah, because I know it, I've really honed in on my copywriting skills. True? So if you were to really, if you want to become a copywriter, then go ahead and do that, but start teaching copywriting, okay? Or you would want to teach copywriting. I'm not saying you will have to, but you would want to, right? Because you know a skill so well. And the point is that when you're right now, let's say you're teaching growth mindset or manifestation or, money mindset or, healing or business coaching, whatever you're teaching right now, you want to really teach that. You want to help more people solve their problems in that niche, right? So you want to heal people, let's say. And if you start if you start focusing more on copywriting, everything, because we know that where you're, wherever you put your focus, it expands. So energy flows where your focus is, right? So your focus is totally going to be on copywriting. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I also believe that if this were an absolute truth, that yes, you have to become a copywriter, then every single person on social media should be a copywriter. But now people are not copywriters. People are writing their posts themselves. People are doing it all by themselves. And I want to add 2 points over here. One in continuation of what I was talking about. And that is, when you hire a copywriter, your content no longer has your voice. So your voice is lost because it's someone else writing for you, right? You're not writing your post. So for me, it's something really, really, really important that I can put my heart and soul in my content. So, because that's what my purpose is. I want to touch people's heart. I want to help them change their reality, shift their perspective. I'm doing it for myself as well. It's not that I'm absolutely perfect, but I want to help other people as well, right? So I don't want to lose that touch, that heart and soul that I put in. I don't want to just have someone else take over and do the job, right? And the second point is that I believe every single person can write because we are wired for writing. We've been doing it in schools. We've been doing in school. Yeah, we've been doing assignments. We've been doing everything. So we are wired for writing. It's just that we feel that, that was because we wanted grades. That was because we wanted to, pass and move to next class. And right now we are not in that conditioning sort of thing, right? We are free. And so we are kind of wired for that conditioned writing, right? And so right now, because there's no conditioning, we feel there's this pressure, that pressure is missing, right? So I believe that anyone can write, and all you need to know is the art of writing persuasive and impactful content. Once you know that, anybody can write. except if you're not making like really, some terrible grammar mistakes, and if you're not really able to put your point across, then it might be an issue. But if your grammar is like pretty okay, I think people are so liberal and so accepting these days that even if you're making grammatical mistakes, not that big, that big mistakes, but yeah, people understand that, okay, you're not a native speaker, so that's fine, they accept, which is really good. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next mistake, that next belief, that is, you need to learn how to sell before getting your messaging right. Now, I sort of love this one because I felt the same thing. I felt I need to learn how to sell first. And because if I won't know how to sell, nobody is going to buy from me. And I did not realize this, that if my content is not strong, if my messaging is not authentic and strong and, impactful, people are anyway not going to, reach that stage where I can ask them for money. Okay? So they're anyway not going to reach that bottom of the funnel. And so I realized that this has to be done before the content, the messaging has to be, made right before learning how to sell. So I learned how to sell first, but this is what I'm telling you, that you don't need to do that, because once your messaging is right and your content is strong enough, impactful enough, then you can sell with your content without actually, asking people to pay. And people would be happy to pay you, right? Okay. Now, here's another point. We know that, and I'm sure that you've heard of this like many a times, that people love to buy from people they know, like, or trust. Okay. And so when you start sharing your content, the impactful content, right? The messaging that resonates, when you start doing that, people start relating with you. People start liking you. People start knowing you, and they eventually start trusting you. They know that, yes, you have good intention. You want to help them. You come from a place of service, and you really want to serve. You really want to share what you know. And you can really help them go from A to Z, or go from take them from their current state to their desired state. Right? And so if they feel that, they will start liking you, trusting you, and eventually they'll buy from you. Okay? And so when you have done that, and they feel that you are credible, yes, credibility is another point. Not just know, like, trust, credibility. Then selling becomes way, way easier, and your content, does the magic. So this is a big, big mistake. And this is a belief that so many people have, that, they really need to learn how to sell. They find selling most difficult. I feel that it's your content that needs to be given attention first. All right, let's move on to the next one, that is, you need to be a native speaker. Now, according to me, and, really, I know that some people won't really, find it, they won't find it, for me, they won't feel that it's a nice thing to say. But according to me, this is absolutely racist, when people kind of differentiate on the basis of, like, we are speaking a language and no language is superior, right? Just because you're speaking a particular language, you can't be superior. And just because you're speaking a particular language, that doesn't mean that some other person doesn't know as much as you know. Okay? So, and I'm not saying it to the native speakers. This point is for non-native speakers. Okay? So I'm saying this to you, and in a very good sense. This is for you, that when you start feeling that some language is superior, you are actually stopping yourself from believing that you can achieve success, that you are enough, that you can do it. And you are believing that you are And if you're believing that, just because you don't know a language, you cannot achieve that success or reach that level where you want to, or impact people's life, right? If you start feeling that, that means that you are telling people, your audience, that I am inferior because I am not XYZ. And that means you're reflecting it. That means your audience knows it. And in some way, you're teaching this to your audience. You're telling them that, hey, this is a limiting belief, and this is, what's stopping me, and this could stop you as well. So you are directly telling them that, you can achieve success or you cannot achieve success if you're not a native speaker, okay? And you cannot write, you cannot put your heart out, you cannot, put your heart and soul into your content if you're not a native speaker. And this is what your audience feels. And I'll be honest, 100% honest with you, I felt the same. I felt that I'm not enough because I cannot speak in a particular accent, or there are certain things that I cannot really speak the way they should be, put across. And I felt that, okay, I'm not a native. And then I felt I'm a human. I'm not a native. Yeah, I'm not a native. That's okay. But I'm a human. And as a human, I can achieve anything and I can do anything. And I'm not saying it in comparison to anyone or anything. I'm not at all comparing, because I do not compare. I do not compare. But I felt that, I'm a human, and a human can achieve anything, and so will I, right? And there was this thing inside me that I want to share what I want to. And so I forgot, I left that. I had this big fear for sure, but I tried to cope with it, right? I tried to leave it and just go ahead on my journey. And also, to be honest, when you have a purpose, and I'm completely being honest with you, when you have a purpose, nothing can stop you. When you're coming from a place of service, nothing can stop you. No fear. And I know people sometimes say, when you have that passion and when you have that you want to show some other people that you can achieve it, you can do it. I'm not talking about that, because obviously if you put your energy and focus into something, you will be able to do it. But I'm talking about something else, and I just hope that you can grasp the depth of what I'm trying to say right now. That when you have a bigger purpose, when you believe that you are here to really give and to be able to really, live the life and feel the life, not just live the life, feel the life. So when you're coming from the place of service, when you're coming from a place where you know that you have a purpose, and not even like a solid tangible purpose, not a tangible purpose, just, and it could be an intangible purpose as well. I don't think anything can stop you. Even if you want to stop yourself, you will keep delaying your success. You will keep delaying, but someday you will feel that, you will keep burdening your soul, and someday you would want to step out of that zone, and someday you will have to step out of that zone and start facing everything and start talking to your audience. And that is what I want you to do. That's what happens, right? So do not wait for that day. Do not wait for things to build up inside you. Now is the time. Step out of that fear zone, that lack, zone of lack. Step out of that and accept that you're human, and nothing, and we are all one, and nothing differentiates us. Nothing. You are bigger then your identity. Then how do you define yourselves? Okay, I think I'm going I'm going too much into the depth of it. I think I just got I just got carried away. I understand. But I'm sure I'm going to talk about this topic some other day as well. Anyways, let's move to the next belief, and I hope that you could, I just hope that you can understand the depth, with the same depth that I'm speaking with. I hope you can understand this thing with the same depth. Okay? Moving forward, we have another belief, the fifth belief that is you need to be a marketing expert before actually creating content. So many people feel that because they don't know marketing, they won't be able to create content that's persuasive, that's impactful, which is really not true, because marketing is a very broad concept. Marketing is like how you promote your content, how you share your content on different platforms, and it's a very broad term, right? And your content, your messaging is actually your voice, your purpose, right? Now, how you take your purpose, how you take your voice and in front of the people, that's sort of marketing. Because imagine you write something and it's just lying there on your computer. You didn't share it with anyone. Even then it's your content. Even then it's your messaging. But it's not marketed yet because you did not put it in front of the audience. I hope this makes sense. Okay, but I want to compare this one with the second belief that was about the copywriting thing. Copywriting is mostly focused on content writing, but when I say marketing is a broad concept, right? So this one does not just talk about content creation or not just talk about the content promotion or content in general. It covers many other things as well. Okay, so I wanted to talk about all of these 5, and I did not create any script. This was all coming naturally. So I'm sure that somewhere at points you will feel that, she is, there's some hiccups and all, but this was absolutely coming from my heart. So I hope you can feel that, right? So no scripting for this one because I was really running on a tight schedule. I have this 3 days we do have content workshop coming up on October 5th, 6th, 7th. And I want you to join that. I want you to sign up for that. Why? Because I want you to really hone in on this content thing. I want you to hone in on your messaging because, once your messaging is fine, you will feel complete. Trust me. And this happened with me, when I had this thing, okay, who are you? Let's say if you would ask me, what do you do? I would say I'm an online course business mentor, coach, and I help female course creators create, launch, and market their online courses. Okay, that's a good thing. How do you put your content out? How do you put your offer out? What do you really want to help these people with? Okay, create a course, that's fine. But how can you help them come out of that autopilot zone and start taking action? Because yes, people want to create an online course, but they are not doing enough. So how do you help that? How do you do that? And how do you help people do certain things that they don't want to do? For instance, they don't want to sell their course. They just want to create the course. They just want to have people come and buy their course. So how do you teach them? And then I was like, it's not just about the tactics. It's also about helping people shift their perspective towards something, right? It's also helping people change their beliefs because so many people think that selling is not their cup of tea. But selling is so easy, and that's why I wanted to create this podcast, and I'm doing that workshop as well, that you can sell, you can create those trust factors and credibility factors without, if you don't want to really learn how to sell. Obviously, there are certain tactics that you will have to learn for sure, 100% sure. But, if your content is on point, you can still like selling comes, way later, and you can still stay comfortable and, really not be salesy and pushy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So if you enjoyed listening to this one, and if you can really understand and feel that where I'm coming from, and everything, nothing was scripted, and so everything I just spoke completely, absolutely coming from the heart, go ahead and sign up to 𝙩𝙗𝙤 Have Content Workshop. Okay, the link I'm gonna drop in the show notes. All right, so now that you're aware that creating impactful content can be everyone's cup of tea, the question is, are you prepared to create authentic content that is a vehicle to your messaging? If yes, join me on October 5th, 6th, and 7th for 𝙩𝙗 Transform Your Content Workshop, and the link to which I am dropping in the show notes. All right? Awesome. I'm going to see you in the next episode. Also, one more thing, you guys. I just want to add this, and it's really important that I do not discredit the power of learning more and more skills. Okay? I do not say that you should not learn copywriting or marketing or how to sell, all of that. So I do not discredit the power of learning more and more skills, especially if you're in the digital space. I only want to help you move forward by discrediting some of your beliefs, by shifting your perspective towards something so that you can move forward, okay? Also, I know that overcoming these beliefs is difficult, okay? So I do not take it for granted. It's not like I'm just saying and I don't realize it. I know it's difficult because I've been in that place. So go ahead and sign up to this training because I'm sure that it's really going to be helpful for you. I'll be sharing some things, how you can change the beliefs of your audience so that they feel more comfortable working with you. Okay? See you soon. Take care, you guys. See you in the next episode. And if you like this episode, subscribe and leave a review, leave a comment wherever you're listening to this one, and go ahead and sign up to the training. Take care. Bye-bye.